splice those little rectangles however you want, and then you can just use whatever you know in C++ to manipulate those rectangles in any way you want, and you can make it look like a really well done game. So it's a good place to start for beginners if you don't want to start with 3D programming, or if you don't want to learn XNA for whatever reason. SDL, Allegro, SFML. Over 3D is actually 3D rendering, but Pan 3D is actually a game engine. But those are supposed to be pretty simple to learn as well. But those are a few different paths to go down to if you want to start a little simpler. That's it. That's all I got. Didn't have any questions on anything? I know it's like maybe a lot of information. I don't know. All right. Cool. You can just ask me whenever if you got any questions.
All right, guys. Good job, Matt. Now, seeing as you already gave some of an intro to XNA, I'm going to run through the first little bit, the first introductory to our summer workshop on XNA. I'm going to show you guys, basically like you said, you can get a sprite up and running in a matter of like 40 lines of code, maybe, that you actually hand programmed XNA, glued in the other like 150 lines by itself for you when you built the project. And I'm going to be flipping back and forth because I'm kind of, there's the intro to the summer workshop. It's just some general information about our intro. We'll be using this book by Aaron Reed, Learning XNA. It's pretty good. This is the 4.0 version. There's also a 3.0 version, which is popping up the camera. But it's, like I said, in my opinion, it's a pretty good book. The 3.0 version is available on Amazon for like $2.50. So if you're feeling extra cheap, you can do that version. If you want to really go all out, the 4.0 version is like $20 on Amazon as well. There are some differences. We'll try and catch all those prior to the lessons being taught, but there might be some complications. That's what we got. One of the reasons we got the forum up. You know, if you say, hey, look, this doesn't seem to work, and be like, yeah, well, that's because 4.0 changed this because of some odd reason that Microsoft decided. The main difference really between 3.0 and 4.0 is 3.0 was designed with the Xbox, Windows, and the Zune in mind, and then Microsoft learned that 3 people bought a Zune, so they decided to go for the 360 Windows platform, and now their new Windows Phone 7, which still doesn't seem to have made a splash. I don't know why it actually did. It's not the bottom of my screen. I've messed around with them. They're actually really nice phones, but they don't seem to have made a hit. But we're not really going to focus on the phone stuff too much in this workshop, just because it's only one chapter. It's something you kind of learn on your own. We're going to have weekly meetings. They came out to five different weekly meetings. We're going to start it in 2 weeks to give you all time to get books, get some information, get these first couple chapters under your belt, get the stuff downloaded. The goals: gain experience, game programming. There's another one down there that says learn basic concepts of game programming, but you can't see it. What is XNA 4.0? Matt went over it fairly well. Like he said, it's not an API. It's actually a runtime, which whatever that terminology means. It's not a media layer. I get it's a runtime. Made in C#, so anyone can do it. Works on the 360, modern Windows PC. 4.0 says Vista and 7. I know 3.0 worked on XP. I'm not 100% sure if 4.0 will work on XP or not. Windows Phone 7. One of the, It will. One of the main differences of 4.0 is it now has this high def profile, which is what is used on the 360 and PC. There's also a profile called Reach. Basically, high def means that it's using the higher end graphic stuff. You have to have a DirectX 10 compatible GPU for PCs, which is weird because the 360 actually uses DirectX 9, but that's something about the high def profile, I don't know, Microsoft's decision. It uses Visual Studio 2010, or they've got their own one called XNA Game Studio, which is, it's literally Visual Studio with XNA like as a focus, so there's a couple different features. Most of you can probably get VS 2010 through DreamSpark. I'd suggest doing that if you don't already have it. There's a thing in the competition in the spring every year called Dream Build Play that is solely focused on XNA games. There's some really impressive games that came out of it in the past. Good opportunity to get your name out there. Okay. Chapter 2, getting started. This is pretty basic. Download Visual Studio, or you can download XNA Games Library. We'll go to DreamSpark. DreamSpark's already there. What I did, I already had Visual Studio 2010 Pro, so I just downloaded the XNA Game Studio and it bolts right onto Visual Studio. Or you can just download the XNA Game Studio. It's totally free from several different Microsoft websites. Download it, install it. If you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can post on the
Maybe,
forum.
jumping the gun here, but I know it was mentioned before for another engine. I know this isn't an engine, but if you were to make a game in XNA,
Yep.
will you be able to sell it? Or will
Yes.
You,
Yes, no, that's a good point that I completely glossed over. XNA, you can sell your games on 360s through Microsoft's Indie Live Games, is that what it's called?
Marketplace.
Yeah, yeah.
Indie Live Game Marketplace.
And it's really easy to get it up there too.
Yeah, it's super easy. All you do is you submit it to like the XNA community. They have to vet it, basically make sure there's no porn or like system crashing bugs, and it's approved then after that process. It's like a month-long process to make sure that the game essentially works. And then, yes, you can sell it. There's some debate about how much money Microsoft takes out of the whole transaction. You can sell it for anywhere from like $1 to $5, I think, which I forget what that translates into Microsoft space points, but it means some, 800 points or whatever. 800 points is $10. It's 80 points to $1 system,
It's not a nice system.
which
Some weird. It's like 16 points is like.
makes absolute sense because they're making more money off of it.
And you said that XNA Game Studio automatically integrates into Visual Studios?
Yeah, if you already have Visual 2010.
I have 2010.
Yeah, and since we're doing 4.0, it's really optimized for 2010. It might work in 2008, but there might be bugs that I'm not gonna try and troubleshoot. Sorry.
I don't think it works. If you
I don't
install
think it works at all.
if you install 4.0 and you don't have 2010, it installs C#.
Oh, it installs
Yeah.
the Game Studio,
Yeah.
which is essentially
So
Visual Studio 2010 Express Edition C# with XNA bolted onto it.
yeah.
If you don't have 2008, yeah, you're right. When you open up a project, I'll show you the Game Studio high def version, the high def versions reach, which is, like I said, one of the new changes in between. So we've got our project up. Actually, let's just build a new project because I'm sorry if it seems like it takes a long time. My laptop is very old. Okay. So let's just build a new Windows project. So, like you build any Visual Studio project, if you have full-blown VS, I'm sorry, I don't just have the light version, but if you have full-blown VS, it's just Visual Studio, and then there's a little thing here for XNA 4.0. If you click on Windows game, you can still actually make it for the 360. It'll still work.
you can once you make a Windows game, you just right click on the project and you can say create a new project for
Okay.
Xbox, and it just converts it
And it'll convert
so that it works
code.
for Xbox.
Okay. So let's call it a